Well, we're back and back in business. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to zoom in a little bit because there we go. I want to show you guys. Whoops, I knew that was going to happen. I want to. Okay, now this isn't staying. There we go. There we go. Hey. Stupid fucking things. Oh, pardon my French there, guys. Excuse my French. I swore. I said a bad word. Whoops. I said a bad word. Oh well. Not like anybody really cares anyways. Okay, there we go. I mean, there is the odd kid that watches my channel, I'm pretty sure. Oh, come on. Stay. Okay. Okay, there. Maybe I can actually turn this a little bit so that it faces that way more. There we go, okay. Zoom it out, or tilt it up a little bit. There we go. There, okay. There we go. So, I want to show you guys exactly what we're going to do for dinner because I don't think I mentioned all of what I'm going to be cooking in the first video there, in part 1 of this whole video series here. I don't think I mentioned about all of what we're going to cook. So, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what we're going to cook so you know. So what you don't realize, what I forgot to do, what I have to do, is I have to soak my my corn on the cob, because we're having corn on the cob too. I need to find a 2-liter pop bottle. And I'm going to show you guys a little trick on how you can soak a corn cob. I need a 2-liter pop bottle. I know there's one in here somewhere. One over here. Ah, here we go. Yeah. 2-liter pop bottle. Switchblade knife. You take it along this top line here, right? You see that, all this right here. Take it right along here and cut it off. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Get the air out of that. Go ahead and cut this off. Just like this. All the way around so that it's cut right off. Cut it off just like that. Take it and go zinc. Just like that. And we'll dispose of that down there. Now you're left with that, right? So first we got to rinse it out. Take a bit of our water here in our Nalgene. Perfect. Now I can fill my Nalgene up again. I have to actually go and fill this. So I'm going to fill my Nalgene. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to fill my Nalgene and come back and put some more water in that. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Grab our 2-liter bottle. Put it right here so you can see how much water I'm filling in there. You don't want it all the way full, right? So stop right about there. Because the corn, when you put the corn in there, it's going to fill the water, right? So I'll put this there for now. Grab our box that has all our stuff in it. That I have to throw in the fire. Our corn. What you want to do, making sure all this is all, you know, like that, so it soaks. Stick the corn inside the 2-liter bottle, just like that, and it will absorb the water, and it'll moisten up all the whatever you call the leaves. I don't know if they're leaves, but the husk. It'll moisten up all the husk. I think it's called a husk. Okay, so for food that we are going to have, I said we're having steaks, right? So here's, whoa, there's blood dripping out of that. Well, that's not cool. That had a hole in the package. These steaks are, I'll read it to you. Beef strip loin steak. So they're strip loin steaks. Bloody things cost me $47. Plus tax. So yeah. We're having one of those. We have a potato that we're going to roast or bake, whatever you want to call it. Roasted, no, well, not roasted, but it's wrapped in tin foil. We have, whoops, 2 shallots that we're going to fry and have with our steaks. We have 4 garlic, right? 4 pieces of garlic to infuse our meat. Butter to cook and put on our potato when it's done. I think, and our salt and pepper and spices. So we have, you'll see, I'll tell you what we're using for spices when we use the spices. We have a tray that we're going to be putting our whatever we want in it. Maybe I'll do the shallots in that. I don't know. I may do the shallots in that tray because it'll act like a frying pan then. And I really don't have to, I can do it on the grate and do everything on the grate then, and I don't have to put the cast iron griddle. So, and we have our piece of tin foil here that I didn't show yet. There's our tin foil for our potato. And, oh yeah, and what am I going to eat with? I usually don't have a fork to eat with, but today we have a fork. Okay, and of course our knife that we're going to be using, our buck knife to cut everything up. Alright, so we can put that right over, well, we can put that all back up top now. We got our corn soaking for now, so I don't really have to worry about that. Bloody hell, man. I got blood everywhere. That's not cool. You know. That's not cool, you know. Getting blood all over the place from the meat. This red onion here in my hand has to go to fire. It's garbage. Been sitting in my fridge for 2 years. Let's go do that. Put that red onion straight in the fire. Let her burn. Burn to all hell. Let it burn to all hell. Oh yeah, she'll burn. Alright, let's get this built up here, guys, and then I'll come sit back down. I'm gonna put dry wood up there. Drier wood. Put it into pieces, and we'll let it burn down. And by the time that burns down, it'll be time to cook. Cook. All this burns down. Rock that. Alright, 4 pieces on. Alright, those 4 pieces, put 4 more pieces of wood on the fire. And then now we'll let that catch, and by the time that burns down a little bit, we will be ready to cook. I have to let my corn soak. It's something I forgot to do. I should have filled the sink and put it in the sink in the house. But guys, we're out bushcrafting right now. Well, we're outside in the woods, and if I haven't done that, well, I haven't done that, so I gotta makeshift something to put my corn in water. So we did, and it's working, so hopefully she'll work and it'll absorb. Looks like it's already turning color, turning the water a different color, so that's good. It will absorb, and then I can just flip it over, you know, every so often. I'll let it absorb for 5-10 minutes each side and flip it 2-3 times right in the water so it gets it all soaked so it doesn't burn. It's been soaking for 3 or 4 minutes already, so well, 2-3 minutes maybe. I kind of exaggerated on the 4-minute mark there. That's okay. Okay, we'll let that burn down now, and then once that's all burned down, we should be able to cook. It should be time that we can all be hungry enough that I can cook, right? So, oh, and flip. There. I'll flip that way. That whole thing going that way there. Let it drip into the water so that it drips into the water. There we go. There we go. You see a corn husk in my face there. Let's see if I can fix that so it's not in my face. There. Alright, there. That corn husk isn't in my face anymore. That was rather funny. That was quite funny, actually. Whoa! Stay there, corn. Trying to do 4 to 5 minutes on each side here. I got a while to wait for that fire to go down enough I can cook, so. But I really don't want to take that camera out there right now. It's so bright. Like, it didn't want to auto adjust when I, you know, it just doesn't want to auto adjust for some reason. But that's okay. That is okay. That is okay. You know, it's, it is what it is, right? So, guess in the meantime, I could show you guys my sharpening tool and how it works. Because this thing here is fairly dull. I've been using it, so I could show you how my sharpening tool works. We'll do 2 knives. I have my other one I have to do too, so. Alright, sharpener, where are you? Right here. Alright, pop the lid off. There we go. So, this sharpening tool is called a Speedy Sharp. You can't really read it on, oh, you might be able to read it there. Yeah. Can't really read it, but I'll show you. That's what it looks like, the Speedy Sharp. And you can kind of see what it says across the side there. But all it really is you see that shiny part of metal there that I'm flashing at you guys? That down here, right there, right? All that strip there, that's what sharpens your knife. Not this part here. That dulls it. This part here, right here. And all you want to do, really, is take your knife, right, holding it kind of in a comfortable position. I hold my knives like this when I'm sharpening them, so I have the most control of the knife. And I run my thing just up the blade like that, and letting the pressure of me rubbing it do all the work. I'm not putting pressure to it. I'm putting very little, I should say, pressure to it. And I just go about 4 times on each side, right? Just like that. Letting the pressure that's being put on, that's me pushing against it with the knife, and a little tiny bit of pressure from me pushing on it towards it, right? Tiny bit, not much. And you just go like that 3 to 4 times, maybe 5, right? And just gently watching what you're doing. That way you don't cut yourself, right? Because you don't want to cut yourself. So after you've done 3 to 4, maybe 5 times on each side, give it a check. Because it doesn't take long before you know it's actually sharp, right? Okay, so I gotta run the blade. Gotta run it across the blade this way a few more times. Yeah. Just like this, right? So you know, if your blade's rolled, you'll feel it, right? You can feel the roll of your blade when you rub your finger upwards like this. You can feel how the blade's rolled. You'll feel the edge of it. Now, to fix that, it's going to come across it like that. Straight like that twice. Should fix it. Even doing it once will fix it. That's nice and light. You just come across it nice and light like that. And there we go. Yeah. And it fixes it. Makes it finalized. Alright, it finalizes your sharpness. Now, to test, you go like this. If it makes drag and creates drag and doesn't slide all over the place on your nail, it's sharp. Like, this thing here is sticky sharp. Like, it sticks to my nail. Yeah, it sticks. So we'll put the case back on that. That one's done. And you can get this, Speedy Sharp. I think I've said in some of my other videos. I'm not sure, but you can get this Speedy Sharp at Canadian Tire, or any place I think that's like Canadian Tire would have it. Let's do this knife now. Go ahead and do my switchblade here. I was cutting up lemons and cabbage with it last night, so I dulled it a little bit. This one, when I got this little knife at the store I got it at, it had 0 sharpness to it. Like, it was pretty dull. So I ended up coming back to the house that I was staying at and ended up taking my tool to it and sharpening it up. And it took a long time to get it to where it is now. So, took me forever to actually get it to where it is now, right? Took me a long time, days. Well, it took me about 2 days to actually finally get this knife to where I needed it. right? That's not quite sharp enough. This one I like to have real nice and sharp because it sits in my pocket, and I like to have a knife that I know I can rely on in my pocket, right? If I forget my bushcraft knife or something, right? At least I have a knife. At least I have a knife, right? So just gently across, right? And then I like to wipe all that. You'll see when you go to wipe it like that, you'll see all the metal shavings that have come off of it. And then to lathe it, I either use my belt or my jeans. And the jeans, all it really does is it helps to just get rid of all that metal shaving. I use my belt sometimes though too to lathe it. The blade's rolled on that end, didn't it? Yeah, I can feel the roll there. Alright. Nice and light across there. We'll fix that roll. Not quite. Tilt it a bit more. Light. Fixing that rolled edge. That's just it. There we go. Again, taking it and testing it. She's pretty sticky. She's sticky. All right, that one's done. We'll put that one back in my pocket. There's two knives I just showed you guys how to sharpen. I'm a little bit over the time of this video. I wanted trying to do two 20-minute videos, or I'm trying to do 20-minute videos, but this one's 23, so I just sharpened two knives for you guys. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to get back to you when this fire is settled down. And then once it's settled down enough, I'll put the camera back on, and I will start the process of cooking. All right, peace. I will see you guys in the next video soon enough. Tight lines, everybody.